Hey everyone, Allee-Sutton here. Thanks so much for watching Alleyways. Today I thought I would do a step-by-step tutorial, including some discounts, showing you guys all the products that I use and how to do this Magenta Eye Makeup. Let's get started. So to start off, I moisturize with Cetaphil, which is pretty much my skincare routine. Don't forget your neck. So I'm not a professional makeup artist or a makeup guru or YouTuber or anything. This is just how I do my makeup. So I start with a spoon brush and foundation Y5 from the Perfect Face. This is a foundation that I use and have used every single day for, gosh, really the past year. And I got this foundation, this pot of foundation, almost a year ago now, and has lasted me for the entire year. So I take this spoon brush, I just get a little bit of the Perfect Face foundation, a little bit goes a long way, and I do it in downward strokes down my face. I do the downward strokes because one time Tyra Banks said that that's like the natural direction of all your hair follicles, so it makes your makeup application smoother. The great thing about this foundation is that it can be used for your concealer, for your foundation, for your contour. It's a really great kind of like creamy finish. It feels light on your skin and gives you full coverage with the minimal amount of product. Like I said, I bought this little pot of foundation a year ago and it still lasted me, and I do have a discount code for the Perfect Face that I'll put in the description. I get, I think, 20% off for you guys, and something like this is only, I think, $40, but it might be less, and it's lasted me, like I said, a year. And that's with doing full face every single day, tons of makeup for my time at Miss USA and appearances after, and even on photo shoots where I've done my own hair and makeup. I've used this. It is made to be seen in HD because, you know, they're the official sponsor of Miss USA and Miss Universe, which is broadcast in HD on television. And so it's really flawless on camera, which I love, and it photographs perfectly. And I just try and blend it all the way into my ear, all the way up into my hairline and down my neck, so I don't have any kind of line. So you guys can see up close what this foundation looks like. It's pretty amazing. I'm just gonna go heavy, super heavy, and do Shape Tape. I just pat this in with a beauty blender that I wet beforehand. The next thing that I do is my powder, and I use powder from the Perfect Face. This is amazing. It's called Picture Perfect powder. It's triple milled. It's so fine. It gives you great coverage. I use cream puff under my eyes because it's lighter, and then when I have a spray tan like I do today, I use almond tart on the rest of my face. And then I'm just going to do a little cream puff. Okay, so after I do that, I go ahead and do my contour. And I use just this little small old brush, and I use Hoola. And I start at the middle fleshy part of my ear and just cut in all the way to my pupil. We're like archaeologists. We're like, oh, a cheekbone is emerging. digging for the cheekbone. I always contour my nose. So just down each side, and I connect it all the way up to my eyebrow and down, and then I do two little like kind of slashes at the bottom. And then I blend this all just by going over with my powder brush that I used before. I like for my nose contour to be a little heavy. Keep the nose job rumors flying. And then for blush, I use this Kimara Ahnert. Somebody tell me how to pronounce that blush. My phone's ringing, and I just hit the apples of my cheeks. And it's a really pale, shimmery kind of pink. It looks kind of orange on camera. It's pinker in person. Not to be too pinky. We might change our minds later. Next, I do my highlight, and for my highlight, I use the Anastasia Aurora Glow Kit. And I love using the color Luna on the end of my nose and then just up. Just do that straight line down the middle. And then, of course, do your Cupid's bow. Because we're going to make our lips look nice and full. And I usually do that with my finger. Then I'll take a brush and use maybe the Eclipse a little bit warmer and just pat it into the top before we did our contour, the top of your cheekbone. And I make a little Pac-Man symbol. So next, I like to move on to eyes, and I use this Urban Decay color. It is called Scratch by Urban Decay, and I just cover my entire lid in this really kind of soft, and you guys can see how pretty it is. It's a soft kind of shimmery pink. Next, I start carving out my brow bone with this color Vanilla from The Perfect Face, and it's just a basic kind of creamy color, and I apply it with just a little sponge applicator, and like I said, just start carving out that shape right underneath your eyebrow. Next, I use this old Maybelline kind of shimmery white that is too old to mention, and it's also in a shade Vanilla, just to add like highlight to that area right underneath the brow bone to really make it pop. And I'll also do my inner corners to add some light in there as well. So next we're going to start contouring our eyelids. And whenever I do this kind of pink color on my eyes, I use my Modern Renaissance palette, and I start with this shade right here that I don't know how to pronounce, and just take a little kind of small wedge angled brush, and I keep my eye open to see where the natural crease is, and just follow that back and forth with this kind of light lavender color, and then bring a line just like that. Next, I'll take that color and just start defining the lower lid. So that's kind of what it starts looking like. I take a smaller brush like this, if you guys can see that, and I go for the Love Letter color on the Anastasia palette, this color right here, and just start defining that shape a little bit more that we already made. Then I take the Vermeer, kind of shimmery pinky, and I highlight the middle part of my lid that's right over my iris, just to open up the eye. So that's where we are. A standard black eyeliner pencil, and if I had my choice, I would be doing this with the Marc Jacobs black liner because it's so creamy and great. And I do my upper waterline. Next, for my liner, I use the Stila Stay All Day Waterproof Intense Black. It's a felt tip, and all you have to do to get the perfect wing is just lay the pen against your eye and drag it. And I always start on the outside and work my way in. And then just try and make sure it's even. Do the same thing on the other side. Next, I'm going to move on to brows, and I use the Anastasia Dipbrow Pomade in Taupe, and just a really tiny application brush. And I start on the bottom of my eyebrows, and a makeup artist told me never arch your eyebrows like this to define them. You want to define them in their resting state. And another friend of mine, Brett Friedman, who's an incredible makeup artist that you guys should all check out, who's a total brow guru, told me that the secret to great brows is having them look natural enough to where you can still see the individual hairs. Then we'll move on to the other side. And I do like to lengthen my brows on the end. Just create a little tail. I line my lips with lip liner from the Perfect Face in the color, I think it's Cameo. I don't know if y'all can see that. And I just follow the natural lip line. Once I have my lips lined, a lot of days I'll just use a little bit of this amazing lipstick from the Perfect Face. It is called Sex on Heels, and I just fill out the outer corners and use this gloss from J. Edward Cosmetics that has a peppermint oil in it to fill in the middle. I should have done my lashes before so they have time to dry before we stick lashes on. Usually I would do that, but I think I got in a hurry today. And I use Tarte Lights Camera Lashes. And just do a pretty good coating on my upper and lower. I just wanna move to the bay. Sunshine kiss the freckles on just a little coating. So I'm preparing my lashes. Today I am using Ardell Demi Wispies, which I love. A lot of people ask me about the lashes that I use, and I love either Ardell Demi Wispies or Lily lashes in the style Luxe. So those are the two lashes that I wear regularly. And right now you can't see, but I'm just applying Duo Black Lash Glue to my strip lash. And I always use black lash glue. If you guys aren't doing that, you gotta start doing it. I'm not good enough yet where I can apply this on camera. Okay, so I got my other lash on, and that's pretty much all there is to this look. She in love with the city. She in love with herself. She in love with the thought of never working 9 to 5 and leaving that to somebody else. New girls are. Make sure to comment below and let me know if you try this look out. Tag me, of course, in your pictures on Instagram. Hit me with any questions that you have. Use the Perfect Face discount. I'll put a link in the description below, and I'll also list all the products I use. Thank you guys so much. Sunshine kiss the freckles on her face.